Hello, welcome to the Paid Lunch Equity Tool, also known as the PLE Tool training for the 2024-25 school year. My name is Kendra Roche, and I am a program specialist with the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, or OSSI, in the Health and Wellness Division. Today, we will be doing a training of how to complete the PLE tool for school year 2024-25. Regulations require all school food authorities, or SFAs, participating in the National School Lunch Program, or NSLP, to ensure sufficient funds are provided to the nonprofit school food service account for meals served to students not eligible for free or reduced price meals. For the 2024-25 school year, SFAs, which on a weighted average charged less than $3.85 for paid lunch prices in the 2023-24 school year, are required to adjust their weighted average lunch price or add non-federal funds to the nonprofit school food service account. The PLE tool is provided to SFAs to ensure compliance with these regulations and to aid in determining paid lunch prices. This training will provide a walkthrough of the tool. The PLE tool can be found on the OSSI website within the Health and Wellness, Nutrition Services, Student Eligibility webpage under the Additional Resources section. For school year 2024-25, SFAs with a positive or zero balance in their nonprofit school food service account as of June 30th, 2023, are exempt from PLE pricing requirements. SFAs that had a negative balance in their nonprofit school food service account as of June 30th, 2023, must follow PLE requirements according to 7 CFR 210.14E when establishing their paid lunch prices for school year 2024-25. SFAs may use the 2024-25 school year PLE tool or an equivalent procedure to determine their required paid lunch prices. The PLE tool is an Excel document with 8 tabs, the first being a step-by-step guide. It is strongly recommended to first print, then thoroughly read these instructions. Before you begin entering information into the tool, make sure you have enabled editing. Please note that the green shaded cells, such as the cell next to SFA name, are designated data entry cells. Only enter information into these colored cells. The remaining cells will automatically fill in based on the information entered into the green cells. On the Instructions tab, the data needed to complete the tool is listed. It is beneficial to collect this information prior to completing the tool. However, we will discuss where to find this information during the training. To get started, enter your SFA name in the green box. Further down on the Instructions tab, step 1 is to first determine the annual unrounded requirement. Click on the link to be brought to the corresponding tab. Here, if you have last year's PLE tool, you can take the 2023-24 unrounded price requirement and enter it into the green cell in step 1. If you do not know this price, scroll down the tab and click where it says School Year 2010-11 Price Calculator. This brings you to the School Year 2010-11 Price Calculator tab. On this tab, you will need to enter the total number of paid lunches from October 2010 and the corresponding paid lunch prices for each site. To find this information, find your OSSI NSLP reimbursement claim form from October 2010. Note the number of paid lunches for each site and enter them in the number of paid lunches column. Note, to navigate between cells after entering data, use the Tab key or click with your mouse. Next, to find the paid lunch prices from October 2010, look in your SFA records for each site. Note these prices and enter them into the second column of the cell, next to the corresponding number of paid lunches for each site. Make sure if you had different prices per site, they are listed next to the correct number of paid lunches sold at that site. The monthly revenue, totals, and the 2010-11 school year weighted average price will automatically fill in. Once you have completed this tab, record the school year 2010-11 weighted average price and click to go back to the unrounded requirement finder. Enter this number into the school year 2010-11 weighted average price box. The previous school year's unrounded price requirement to the nearest cent will automatically fill in. Take the unrounded price requirement to the nearest cent for the 2023-24 school year and enter it into the unrounded price requirement box for 2023-24. You now have the school year 2024-25 weighted average price requirement. At this point, each SFA has three options to meet the paid lunch equity requirements. SFAs may either raise paid prices by the required amount, contribute non federal source funds to the nonprofit account to cover the increase, or use a combination of these two methods. SFAs are only required to complete the tabs that correspond with the method they choose. First, we will demonstrate the method of meeting this requirement by raising paid lunch prices. If choosing this method, complete the school year 2024-25 price raise calculator tab. Here you will see the 2024-25 school year weighted average price requirement prices to the nearest cent, and the optional price requirement rounded down to the nearest 5 cents will be pre-filled. The next step is to enter the total number of paid lunches and lunch prices for each site for October 2023. To find these numbers, go to Orchard, Nutrition Management, Claims, 2024 fiscal year, Processed, and click on the NSLP claim for October 2023. Note the number of paid lunches for each site and enter these numbers into the column on the PLE tool. To find the paid lunch prices from October 2023, go back to Orchard, click on Nutrition Management, Applications, 2024 fiscal year, Management Plan, Eligibility and Pricing, then look at Lunch Meal Prices section. The prices are separated by elementary school, middle school, and high school sites. The totals, monthly revenue, weighted average price for school year 2023-24 will automatically fill in. Go to step 2 and enter any shortfall or credit your SFA may have carried forward from school year 2023-24. The first box shows the total required price increase, if any, the SFA would need to implement in order to meet the weighted average price requirement. However, SFAs are only required to increase prices by 10 cents per year, even if the weighted average price requirement increase is higher. SFAs can still choose to raise the price by more than 10 cents. In this example, the weighted average price is at or above equity. In step 2, the overview of calculations will automatically fill in. The first box shows the price increase for school year 2024-25 is negative 9 cents. The second box shows that no price increase is necessary. The third box is blank because there is no remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 2025-26, And the fourth box shows the negative 9 cents as the remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 2025-26. We are going to use different prices to show another example. In this example, it is recommended that the SFA raise their weighted average price by 16 cents. However, they are only required to raise it by 10 cents. The second box shows the paid lunch price requirement if this SFA chooses to use the 10 cents cap. If the SFA chooses to only raise prices by 10 cents, the remaining 6 cents would be carried forward to the next school year, as shown in the third box. If the SFA chose to raise prices above the amount listed in the first box, a credit would instead be carried forward to the next school year and be listed in the fourth box. Staying on the same tab, scroll down to the optional step, which is the pricing estimation calculator. Here, SFAs can use this calculator to modify prices for each site to determine if they will be meeting the weighted average price requirement. To use this calculator, enter the total number of paid lunches served at each site in October 2023, then enter the paid lunch prices you wish to use for school year 2024-25. Remember, the price requirement is a weighted average of the paid lunch prices at each site. This means that SFAs can choose to keep one or more site prices below the price requirement as long as the weighted average of all sites meet the requirement. Here you can see how this SFA chose to only increase prices at one site and is still able to meet the weighted average price requirement. The number seen here in the calculator is equal to or greater than the number of the price in box 2, which demonstrates compliance. However, if the SFA chooses not to increase prices, but rather cover the requirement with non federal funds, then the school year 2024-25 non federal calculator tab must be completed. The first step on this tab is to enter the current weighted average paid price, which was calculated on the previous page using 2023-24 data. For step 2, you will need to enter the number of paid lunches sold during the entire 2022-23 school year. To find this number, return to your NSLP reimbursement claim form records for July, August, and/or September 2022. You can find the totals for October 2022 through June 2023 in Orchard in fiscal year 2023. Add all the paid lunches sold to get the annual number and enter it into the non federal calculator. Step 3 is to enter any shortfall or credit being carried forward from school year 2023-24. The remaining boxes will automatically fill in. In this example, you can see the remaining amount of annual non federal source funds that would need to be contributed to the nonprofit school food service account in order to meet the requirement. This can be transferred from the general fund, but must be specifically indicated for use for paid lunch prices. By looking at the overview of calculations, we can see that with the 10 cents cap, the required amount of non federal revenue would be a lower amount. The remainder would be a shortfall carried forward to the school year 2025-26, and there would be no remaining credit carried forward to school year 2025-26. The third option is to use a combination of raising paid prices and using non federal funds. SFAs may want to choose this method if they do not have enough non federal funds to cover the required increase, but also do not want to raise paid prices the required full amount. If this method of meeting the requirement is chosen, fill out the school year 2024-25 split calculator. On this tab, the school year 2024-25 weighted average price requirement is again pre-filled. Step 1 here is to enter the total number of paid lunches from October 2023 for each site and the paid lunch price for school year 2023-24 for each site. The weighted average price, total price increase, and required price increase will automatically be filled. For step 2, enter the new price you plan to implement for the 2024-25 school year. You can use the optional pricing estimation calculator to help you determine the weighted average price for the 2024-25 school year based on how much you want to raise prices at one or more sites. Step 3. Now enter the total number of paid lunches for the entire 2022 to 2023 school year. The total price increase for the 2024-25 school year and total revenue from non-federal sources for school year 2024-25 will automatically fill in. Step 4. If you have any shortfall or credit being carried forward from school year 2023-24, enter it into the green box in step 4. The amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 2024-25 will automatically fill in. Looking at the overview of calculations, you will see the required price increase for school year 2024-25 with the 10-cent cap, the required amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 2024-25 with the 10-cent cap, and any remaining shortfall carried forward to school year 2025-26. In this example, there is no remaining credit carried forward to school year 2025-26. Once you have completed the tab that corresponds with how you have chosen to fulfill the price requirement, go to the school year 2024-25 report by clicking on the tab. The school year 2024-25 weighted average price requirement to the nearest cent and the optional price rounded down to the nearest 5 cents will be pre-filled. Under Section 2, use the drop-down box to choose which method you are using to ensure sufficient funds are provided for paid lunch prices. Method 1 weighs the weighted average price of paid lunches. Method 2 contribute revenue from non-federal sources to the nonprofit food service account. Method 3 split the requirement by raising the weighted average price of paid lunches and contributing revenue from non-federal sources. You could be at or above equity, which was the case in the first example we discussed, or you could be utilizing the school year 2024-25 PLE exemption, as was mentioned at the beginning of this training. Further down on the page, complete the green shaded box under the corresponding method you have chosen. In this example, paid lunch prices were increased and the new weighted average price for school year 24-25 which was determined on tab 4, the school year 2024-25 price raise calculator must be entered. If you chose to use non-federal contributions, you would enter the amount of funds contributed for the 2024-25 school year and the source of the non-federal funds. If you chose to split calculations, you would enter the total amount of non-federal fund sources your SFA is contributing for school year 2024-25, which would be at least the 10-cent cap amount, and the new weighted average price for school year 2024-25. If you are at or above equity, enter the weighted average price for school year 2024-25. If you are utilizing the school year 2024-25 PLE exemption, enter your weighted average price for school year 2024-25 and certify that you had a positive or zero balance in your nonprofit school food service account as of June 30th, 2023 by entering your response in the green box. Once you have completed this tab, save the file and print this page. Keep the PLE tool for 3 years plus the current school year for your records and state administrative reviews. You have now completed the PLE tool. If you have any questions, please contact your NSLP program specialist. Contact information can be found by navigating to the Orchard website, clicking on the Help dropdown, then clicking on the Contact Us list. Thank you.